The city's relentless energy had always left me feeling drained and disconnected. As I sat at my small kitchen table, I couldn't help but feel that there was more to life than the daily grind. It was a feeling I had carried with me for as long as I could remember. One morning, as I sipped my coffee and flipped through a pile of unopened mail, an elegant, cream-colored envelope caught my attention. The cursive handwriting on the front was unfamiliar, and a sense of mystery washed over me. I carefully opened the envelope and pulled out a delicate piece of parchment. "Dear Emma," the letter began, "I hope this letter finds you in good health and spirits. My name is Iris, and I am your grandmother. I know we have never met, and there is much you don't know about our family. I would like to invite you to spend the summer with me at my seaside cottage in Roswick Bay." The unexpected invitation left me in a state of disbelief. My mother had always been vague about her side of the family, and I knew next to nothing about my grandmother. Curiosity stirred within me, and I decided to take a chance on this unexpected adventure. I called my best friend, Lily, to share the news. "You have to go, Emma," she urged me. "This could be the adventure you've been waiting for, and who knows what you'll discover about your family." With a mix of excitement and trepidation, I wrote a reply to Iris, accepting her invitation. As the days passed, I found myself daydreaming about the seaside cottage, the salty breeze, and the secrets that awaited me. The day of my departure finally arrived, and I boarded the train with my suitcase in hand. I watched the cityscape fade into the distance, replaced by rolling hills and glimpses of the ocean. I couldn't help but feel a sense of anticipation growing inside me, as I wondered what this summer would hold. As the train pulled into the station at Roswick Bay, my heart raced with a mixture of excitement and nerves. Little did I know that the summer ahead would change my life in ways I never could have imagined. The seaside cottage was even more enchanting than I had imagined. It was a cozy, weathered building, surrounded by vibrant gardens filled with wildflowers and the soothing scent of the ocean. Iris, a graceful woman with silver hair and piercing blue eyes, greeted me with a reserved smile and a warm embrace. "Welcome, Emma," she said softly. "I'm glad you decided to come." Our initial interactions were somewhat awkward, as we tiptoed around the years of estrangement that separated us. Still, I couldn't deny the allure of the seaside town and its friendly inhabitants. During my first week, I spent time exploring the town, walking along the beach, and visiting the local shops. I met Maggie, the chatty baker, who always had a fresh pastry and a story to share. Tom, the wise fisherman, regaled me with tales of the sea and the history of Roswick Bay. With each passing day, I felt more at home in this charming little community. One day, while Iris was out running errands, I decided to venture into the cottage's attic. The creaking wooden stairs led me to a dusty, dimly lit space filled with memories. My curiosity grew with each box I opened, as I found myself surrounded by vintage clothing, trinkets, and old photographs. As I sifted through a stack of black and white photos, I stumbled upon a collection of letters tied together with a worn ribbon. Intrigued, I settled into a dusty corner and began reading the faded ink on the yellowed pages. The letters revealed stories of love, heartache, and long-held secrets that made me yearn to understand my family's past. When Iris returned, I mustered the courage to confront her about my discoveries. I found her in the kitchen, sipping tea and gazing out the window at the garden. "Grandmother," I said hesitantly, clutching the letters, "I found these in the attic. Can you tell me more about our family?" Iris looked at me with a mixture of surprise and sadness in her eyes. She sighed deeply before inviting me to join her at the table. I suppose it's time you knew the truth, Emma, she said softly. Our family's history is a tapestry of love, loss, and secrets. Some stories are difficult to share, but I believe you deserve to know. As the sun began to set, we sat together, enveloped by the fading light, and Iris began to weave the tale of our family's past. As the days turned into weeks, Iris and I spent countless hours together. We walked along the beach, collected shells, and enjoyed the simple pleasures of life in Roswick Bay. With each passing day, the initial tension between us seemed to fade, replaced by a growing connection that bridged the gap of time and estrangement. One evening, we sat on the porch, wrapped in warm blankets as we watched the sun dip below the horizon. The sky was a canvas of pinks and oranges, casting a warm glow on Iris's face. She took a deep breath and looked at me with a mix of determination and vulnerability. Emma, she began, I know you have questions about our family's past, and I think it's time for me to share the truth with you. As the sky turned to shades of purple and blue, Iris began to weave a tale of love, betrayal, and heartache that had shaped our family for generations. She spoke of her own youth, her relationship with my grandfather, and the events that had led to her estrangement from my mother. It's not easy to share this with you, my dear, Iris confessed, her voice shaking with emotion. But I believe that it's important for you to understand our family's history and the choices we've made. As I listened, I felt a mix of anger, sadness, and empathy. The revelation of the long-hidden family secret weighed heavily on my heart, but I couldn't deny the love and compassion I felt for my grandmother. I understand, grandmother, I whispered, reaching out to take her hand. Life is complicated, and we all make mistakes. But I believe in the power of love and forgiveness to heal even the deepest wounds. Iris looked at me with tear-filled eyes, and we shared a tender embrace. In that moment, I knew that we were beginning a new chapter in our family's story, one that would be built on understanding, compassion, and the bonds that connected us across the years. The remainder of the summer was filled with laughter, tears, and healing. Iris and I continued to explore Roswick Bay, visiting its hidden coves and attending local events like the annual summer festival. As we danced under the stars to the sound of a local band, I couldn't help but feel grateful for the serendipitous invitation that had brought me here. One afternoon, we visited the lighthouse that stood on the edge of the bay, guiding ships through the treacherous waters. We climbed the winding staircase to the top, our breaths heavy with the effort, but the breathtaking view of the ocean was worth it. Emma, Iris said, her eyes reflecting the vast expanse of the sea, I want you to know that I am so proud of the person you've become. Your strength, kindness, and willingness to forgive have given our family a chance to heal. Thank you, grandmother, I replied, my voice thick with emotion. This summer has taught me so much about love, forgiveness, and the importance of understanding our past. As the days grew shorter and the air began to cool, we knew our time together was drawing to a close. On our final evening, we sat on the porch once more, surrounded by flickering candles and the soothing sound of the waves. Promise me, Emma, Iris said, her voice barely above a whisper, that you will carry our family's story with you and that we will stay connected, no matter the distance. I promise, grandmother, I replied, my eyes welling with tears. This summer has changed my life, and I will always cherish the memories we've made. When I returned home, I was a changed woman. I shared my experiences and newfound understanding of our family's history with my mother, and together, we began the journey of healing and reconciliation. The summer of secrets had left an indelible mark on my heart, teaching me the power of love, forgiveness, and the importance of embracing our past to create a brighter future.